You're now tuned to PS3 Network.
Bring that beat back.
No, see, you got it out of order. It's bring back that beat, DJ, but that's
remix. Remix. All right, welcome to the Fourcast. Most of the crew is back. We got Wilkes. He may or may not be here tonight, but we are definitely gonna rock with the three of us. And this is the Fourcast. Thank you everybody for tuning in.
With you.
Oh no. But we appreciate you guys for tuning in.
His joker said all night. He ain't rocked all night since the 80s. And that was to sleep by his mom and daddy.
Right, it's been on what time of the 80s you talking about. But we appreciate you guys for tuning in, being back with us again on the Fourcast.
Yeah, and so far you've had more laughs than you will have in this movie, by the way.
Facts. Straight facts.
So pay us that, Brian.
But we review movies, documentaries, films a completely different way, 4 different perspectives, 3 different perspectives as of right now. Tonight we're reviewing The Curse of Bridge Hollow. It's on Netflix. It's a family film. Let's just go ahead and get that out the way first. Yeah. They weren't even saying the cuss words. It wasn't like it was a bleep or it was like, let's use a different word. It was just like it was one of those type of movies. Starring Kelly Rowland, which I didn't realize how many acting roles she's had. Marlon Wayans, and also I think her name is Priah Ferguson, I believe was her name.
Yeah, maybe Bria, but okay. Either way.
Yeah, it's Bria. That's the same name as my daughter.
Okay.
And you forgot that Priah Ferguson, we reviewed a movie. Well, I guess we didn't review a movie. She's in Stranger Things. She's the little sister, the little smart mouth sister in Stranger Things.
And honestly, I haven't watched Stranger Things, so I can't say. But yes, people have told me she is in Stranger Things. Let's give a shout out, Chief Rocket, Jersey Vern in the building.
What are you talking about? I'm eating. I'm not eating nothing. He said you are eating. I am eating. Oh, he may be talking about the Facebook post.
Yeah,
and stuff like that. Yeah, I gotta eat, Chief Rocker.
Just Joe in the building. Thank you for tuning in. Joe, are you an Astros fan? Joe, I know you in Houston. Are you a Cubs
from
or
Chicago?
South?
He just live in Houston. As a matter of fact, he's back in Chicago.
Oh,
he moved to Houston for a family situation.
Yeah. I think I know where you're going with that.
Yeah.
But appreciate you guys for tuning in. All right, so initial thoughts on this one. Again, it was a family movie. I probably watched maybe 15 minutes total of this movie because the rest of the time I was just looking at my phone. It just wasn't. It didn't deserve my eyes on this. I mean, it was predictable. It was a family movie. I mean, this is something you can watch with your kids, your grandkids, your wife. I mean, it's to me, it was a comparison of Jumanji and there's another Halloween type movie, Hoobie Halloween with Adam Sandler. It was like a mashup of those two things, but I mean, it was a family movie. All right, dog.
Okay. So I'm gonna give you more than initial thoughts based on what you said. I'm gonna have to go a bit out of order.
Okay.
So my initial thoughts was a very simple one-liner. Great Marlon Wayans. Okay, that was my initial thought before I even went anywhere, right? Because he had just got some credit in that movie where he played the serious role, right? I was like, okay, man, I see you. You know, I was hopeful with him, right? But he back to this foolishness already. So anyway, so I'm like, great, Marlon Wayans. But fast forward 30 minutes, and I said to myself, Ben should be doing this with Ari on Friday night or Saturday night. That's what this should be.
Yeah.
This would have been perfect for them, you know, because this is not for adults.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
But, you know, and I had to literally stop the movie and I started Googling a couple of things and I'm like, okay, because I'm trying to figure out, are y'all trying to be funny? You know, so I had to Google it and they're like, they call it a horror comedy. However, don't listen to us today. I don't know what A-Trap is going to say. I heard what Ben said, and I'm exactly where Ben is, but I'm going to say, don't listen to us because apparently this is the #1 movie on Netflix right now.
Yeah, well, it's top 10. I don't know if it's number 1.
No. It was released on October the 14th. But, you know, as a release, it initially aired on Netflix on October the 19th. 5 days later, they said specifically this movie is #1 on Netflix and movies. Period.
I'm shocked. I mean, I'm not. It's a family movie. People are gonna watch this type of movies.
The #1 film on Netflix movie charts. Yeah. At one point, whether it lasted a day there or 5 minutes there is a shocker.
But you definitely, Chief Rocco, watch this with your grandkids. D Greatest, thank you for tuning in. Watch this with your grandkids, your kids. DJ Knox, welcome. Welcome. All right, A-Trap.
Because I realized what it was instantly, I actually liked it because I was looking at it from the perspective of this is for young people. And like we talked about this a couple weeks ago when we did the Ludacris Queen Latifah movie. And I made the statement that what they did was just insert Black people into a role that we've seen 1,000 times. And I thought it was cute. I thought it was for young people. It was Halloween. It was everything that young, you know, a kid's movie is supposed to be. I'm not gonna tell you I enjoyed it, but it was one of those things that I was like, I get this. I get it. You know, the uncomfortable back and forth with, you know, the preteen, teenage daughter and the father, the mother playing a nice role, you know, go between. And I'm gonna tell you this, I was impressed with, even though she didn't have a whole lot of speaking roles, Kelly Rowland wasn't overacting. She did a high job as the mother.
She might be the best actor in the thing in this particular film, to be perfectly honest with you.
Yeah, but it was
a sad state of affairs, but yeah.
Yeah, it was, you know,
Rob Riggle. I'm a big fan of Rob Riggle. I think he's the perfect silly white dude.
Oh, yeah. He was perfect.
Him, Will Ferrell, you know. So I was looking at it like, this is a kid, you know, I was like, this is a kid's movie. This is a family movie. Like you made the statement, he should have did it with his daughter. And I agree. This is something that you do with young people. It's around this time of year, so it's catchy. Like this is a movie, let's just say hypothetically speaking, Halloween landed on a Friday this year. This is for your children watch on Friday.
Which is exactly why you have been made #1 on Netflix, probably, right?
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, and it's one of those situations where you don't have to watch it in the daytime like a lot of Black folks do scary movies because they don't want to be going to bed right after. You can go on and watch this at night. It ain't going to be no shit. What's up,
what's going on, CJ? I'm back. I was out a couple episodes. I was on suspension, but I'm back in the building. CJ said it was good. I seen an orange what's that Charger that you got. It was driving behind me. I was like, that might be CJ. I don't know if he was on your way to Forney today at any point in time.
I doubt it.
You ain't really going to Forney for no reason. A-Trap in the studio per usual, cooking up a banger. Yep. You can go right behind him and be mixing. LaShawn, aka Keisha, aka K-Rap Walker. Good evening. Give it one mic.
I ain't no say nothing. I ain't no say nothing.
Charlotte Wilson, thank you for tuning in. Pastor Dodd in the building, thank you for tuning in. He said, I'm in church, so let me get back to paying attention. Hey, you gonna be there
and then you
30 more minutes.
No, sure. What you talking about? That's the early night?
Early night.
It's the early night, 30 more minutes. Shit. That another hour. Hey, so you put on the social media, you had to get redirected out to church Sunday. What you talking about, Keisha?
He said, "What time, bro?" I was went up to my dad's house today in Forney. Oh yeah, it was like 6:30. Was it like 6:37? Between 6:30 and 7. It looked like that exact same color, the one you were showing. So
hey, so just for our audience who may be watching on Roku, we have had some issues with Roku in the last couple of days, and it looks like we just got another notification that is giving some problems. So if you typically watch on Roku, our apologies while we're working that out.
Yes. We got some situations.
Ben ain't happy about it. Ben don't cuss much. But when he do, he like that, he like that most interesting man in the world. He don't cuss much. But when he do, he make him a good one.
Yeah, man, I had to call him today, man. But anyway, that's
so something going down.
Another story. This is the house you about to turn out. That's what you thought.
Right. That's your first club.
That's the first. That's the first club.
What are you talking about?
Theodore Harper, Blue
Streak Freak in the building.
I like the photo. Like you got some pumpkins. I see you did some.
What the hell are you talking about?
Look like
those balloons.
Balloons. Oh, okay.
Black and orange, man. What you talking about?
It look like pumpkins to me. I see you did something with some candy corn. Theodore.
Hey, don't underestimate the deliciousness of candy corn. People underrate that. Candy corn is
it's on two different spectrums. Some people
I had
love it,
to
some
look
people
up
hate
and to the right to walk out the store today without buying me a bag because you know they on sale today. So yeah, candy corn, don't overlook it.
It kind of tastes like
not that
plastic. Candle making. Okay, let's see what you're doing. Church be on Mondays now. Yeah, at Outback Monday school.
And it was good. I ain't knocking. I'm tripping on how long they stay and stuff like that. But the lessons we got on Monday night,
yeah,
I'll take it.
Foundation. No colors. We paying offering.
You don't pay offering. You give offering. By the way.
Here we go. Candy corn is trash.
Pastor Dodd, get on here and tell her, man.
Candy corn and black jelly beans.
No, how dare you, Charlotte? How dare you? You the best voice on Built for This network, and you are gonna come on here and blaspheme against candy corn. You are right about black jelly beans and black licorice all day long. I'm with you. Candy corn, that's in a category all its own.
Whatever Dookie tastes like, I'm quite sure candy corn is real
close. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, click that notification bell on YouTube. We're live on the Queen 3 and King page, the BSU Network page. We're on Facebook. Like we said, having some issues with Roku, but we're live on all the other platforms. You guys are tuning in anyway. You know what I'm saying, though.
Yeah. And hey, just for those folks on the movie, real quick, there's a couple of people. No, I don't like circus peanuts. No, that's trash. But just for the folks who don't know what this movie was
that's
about.
What they make candy corn out of.
No, they don't. This is
baby.
It ain't. No, circus peanuts is foam. Candy corn is more wax-like. And trust me, Chief Rocker, no, he just said I do some hellified eating, so I know. But anyway, so it's important to know what this movie was about, right? So the premise is a man and his daughter must team up to save their town after an ancient and mischievous spirit causes Halloween decorations to come to life and wreak havoc. So they're moving from, that's the piece that I missed. H-Rapper, Ben, did y'all get where they were moving from? Were they moving from New York? Okay, so I thought it was New York. I just didn't know. So they moved from Brooklyn to what was this town? It was some country town somewhere.
Yeah.
It may have been a
It was just
fictitious
called
town.
Bridge Hollow, but they
It
didn't
was
say
NNA.
where.
It was an NNA town.
So that's where in this town was all, they got Halloween decorations everywhere. They obsessed with Halloween, basically. Like some neighborhoods I know.
Right. That's why you knew
shout
it was
out
an NNA
inspiration.
town. That's how you know it was an NNA town. No Negroes allowed.
Yeah. So,
I don't say no blacks allowed.
Right. So how she's finding these mischievous or these ancient little decorations and stuff like that is because she accidentally knocks a hole in the attic wall.
Yeah.
Okay, that's okay, right? A-Trap might accidentally knock a hole in an attic wall. Ben might accidentally knock a hole in an attic wall. I might accidentally knock a hole in an attic wall. But what Ben, A-Trap, and Ivan ain't doing is getting in that motherfucker with a flashlight. We are not going to go start looking around at what's there. So that's why my second note of this was, these ain't real black people. They don't be looking behind walls and shit in the dark.
That's Scary Movie 101 anyway.
No, but you got to realize this ain't a typical black girl. This is a black girl who's been purposely sheltered by her father.
Right. That's 100% right. You got that.
You are right about. And she was into this kind of stuff too.
Right.
She wanted to do. She wanted to do science. She didn't want to do science camp. She wanted to do something else. She was opposite of what her dad wanted to do.
Right.
And her dad was
very sciencey, and they did too much to force that. Again, for
Bill
adults,
not a science guy.
For adults, not for kids. For kids, they eat right into it. It would have been perfect for them. It's good training bra for kids on scary movies. Okay, it's good training wheels for kids on scary movies.
Man, jumped in.
That's why I liked it.
Corn and the Dookie.
No, man.
The candy corn it is.
Man.
And the candy corn cocktail.
Okay, wait a minute now. Mayhem, you're going to have to tell me about this candy corn cocktail now. Now you might be on to something.
Hey, the next dark event, we got to do that.
Yeah. Hey, you know how the pickle juice and Fireball turned out? People were frowning at that until they were saying, "Make me another."
Bartender, can you?
You got a tongue that work. Candy corn ain't what's up.
Shit.
Hey, you can make anything into a drink.
You probably think Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles is good too.
Never had it.
It ain't. It's trash. For all of you who done been there, who done told me.
Chicken and waffles don't go together.
Oh, yes, they do.
Oh, it does.
No.
It does.
Yes, it does.
Have you had it? You've had it before.
Look at here. I had a brunch at the house over here for my birthday a few years ago, and I had 3 waffle makers going on, and I had a bunch of little toppings that you can put on it or in it, like pecans and chocolate chips, and then of course strawberries, whipped cream, and then your regular syrup, the good syrup, Miss Buttersworth fat ass bottle. So, and I had some, and let me put it like this: I spent 3 weeks before that event testing out chicken strips so I can make sure to have the best fucking chicken strips to go with it. So it goes together.
No,
it does. And
next time you come to Dallas, I'm gonna take you to a specific spot and we're gonna order that. And I want you to tell me this chicken and waffles ain't no good.
What place you take? I'm thinking of this place called Jonathan.
First of all, I don't like waffles.
That's the problem. That's the problem. Waffles for you then, because waffles is one of God's greatest creations. He probably created that on day 3 or 4. He just didn't tell nobody, hoping it didn't get out to us.
No, he made waffles and said, "Man, these should have been pancakes."
Now I'm
made pancakes. He said, "I got this right."
See, just said you missing out.
Charlotte, go hurry up and get to Charlotte, come on, no, sweet and savory. The world is built on sweet and savory.
It's a perfect mix. It goes together.
North side of the building.
Hello, kettle corn.
North side of the building, right there.
Huh?
North side of the building.
Pastor Dye said, "Yes, sir. It's good."
You. See, a man of God would know.
Hey man,
Pastor Dye, take him to the spot. Take him to the spot where you go.
It's delicious. That's all I got to say.
Now waffles. Otherwise, I'm not really that big of a waffles guy. But if you do it with the chicken, though, I'm all in. Put some of the syrup on there.
Appreciate.
I'll put some syrup on some chicken, but I ain't putting. I'm not eating no waffle.
All you gotta do is just slide the waffle underneath. That's all you gotta do. That's all you changing. Just put it in there. Don't forget
Appreciate
it's
you,
there.
Wilk. Wilk sent me the recipe over for the candy corn cocktail.
All right.
And
There's a reason why I was eating
amazing. You're right, just
after a night of drinking. You talking about chicken and waffle?
She goes, there's a reason why I was eating after a night of drinking. Chicken and waffle. Yes, because it's delicious. And people know good, delicious food at that point. And then waffles soak up that alcohol you've been drinking and that grease from the chicken.
That's why God made pancakes.
Yeah, now I'm a fan of a good pancake, especially if they know how to do it and they crisp their edges real good. Like Cracker Barrel do.
He said amazing. It must be real good then.
Yeah, they good.
You say y'all fat for the whole 6 minute conversation.
That ain't why we fat, but we fat.
What's so much stuff that got me fat?
That is a byproduct, bro.
Right. That's just a small piece of it.
That ain't the origin, man.
I'm
finna go get me some chicken when I leave.
Okay, the pastor died. He said he's more of a chicken and cornbread.
See, now that's amazing.
That's good.
Yeah, I get that too. Now this is where I'm finna bring the Theodoras of the world into the building. I bet they like that buttermilk and cornbread. Hey. That's what them old heads like. Buttermilk and cornbread.
Well, you just good. Travelmatic. Make sure that you
you make your whole cake.
Hoes got to eat too.
Okay.
I don't even know what a whole cake is really.
A lot of people just call it hot water cornbread. It's like when you just make a little piece of cornbread and fry it real fast.
Okay, so I know what hot water cornbread is, but okay.
I thought it was like potato.
Similar
like
to hot water cornbread.
Yeah, it's that's what I'm saying. You mix the potato with cornbread. Okay.
Yeah. Hoes gotta eat.
Appreciate your Travelmatic,
Winky
part of DS3
dog,
Network.
Winky Dinky Burger, Winky Dinky Whole Cake. Hoes gotta eat too.
What movie was that anyway? I remember the line.
That was Hoes Gotta Eat
too. Now, you know what? Let's add that to our throwback. We ain't even done a throwback in a long time.
We ain't done a throwback since.
So let's add that, man.
In a minute. Yeah, Hollywood Shuffle. I'll put that down right now.
That'd be a good one.
Betty.
Yeah, CJ, we're not gonna come with the movie review. This tells how ungood this movie was. Is why we're talking about everything.
It was ungood though. I just think it was. I think we're just too mature for it.
Yeah, it was family driven. It was.
I'm not gonna let you throw me in that too mature category. I am not mature enough in most instances.
You definitely
not. But seriously, this was a movie dedicated to young people. I think you know what, pound for pound, young person movie. I think this was excellent.
I'll give you that. If you put it in that category, I'll give you that.
He gave
my daughter watched this. Yeah,
research. Yeah, I just think we were too much. It wasn't for us. We are not the target audience. So by us not being the target audience, we didn't appreciate it as much. But I guarantee you sit a bunch of like 6 to 10-year-olds in front of this movie, they loving this. The big giant spider.
Which again, the problem is the reason why it made #1. Because think about that crowd you just named, A-Trap, 6 to 10 years old. And they know how to work Netflix. They probably on Netflix. It ain't gonna have no password restriction on it, so it's gonna be in the category that they can watch. And they probably eating it up and telling all their friends about it and stuff like that. Yeah.
After school special. And they really didn't have any the swearing words that they were attempting to say. They didn't say it, so it wasn't. Well, I think it was TV 14. So.
Oh really? I'm surprised they got that.
Yeah, I was surprised too. Big on noise in the building.
What's up, homeboy?
I like the Abby. Look like you about to drop a verse, an album cover or something.
I think him and AM out doing rebounds. That's the inside joke. Me, him, and Joe.
Now, A-Trap, I'm gonna give it some more credit too in terms of. So remember when we watched The Harder They Fall, right? The Western, and they had all the Easter eggs in it. Mm-hmm. Well, this one had some Easter eggs in it that made me stop and say, was that just? And turned out that was not only those Easter eggs, but some more. So at one point when Marlon Wayans is fighting a clown, he says, homie, don't play that.
Right.
Which is a throwback.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, it's a throwback. Because motherfucker, of course you didn't hear it because you was on your phone, remember? Shit, yeah, you didn't hear it.
I hear that.
And then another deal in terms of the clowns is that those clowns were fashioned after killer clowns from outer space. They were the specific clowns based on that movie. So I give them some credit for, kind of playing into that and actually trying to think. Because again, this is still art at the end of the day, whether you like it or don't. And I like the touch of them going that direction with a couple of those lines. And then this, I didn't know this about Marlon Wayans. This is his 5th Halloween-based film. Scary Movie 1, Scary Movie 2, A Haunted House 1 and 2, which I completely missed A Haunted House.
Yeah,
I was familiar with Scary Movie 1 and 2, which is campy and out of my demo as far as I'm concerned. But Haunted House 1 and 2, Scary Movie 1 and 2, and then this. So five scary movies under his belt now.
Yeah. It's a good comment about Big Illinois. Popular movie on Netflix. They're talking about a possible holiday sequel, which I think they could do that. They could do that.
And then like another.
Yeah, because they even set that up at the end too.
Yeah, because there's a whole bunch of more.
Yeah. Another Easter egg.
Toolbox.
Another Easter egg is they had people moving scary. Those the mannequins and yard things were scary, but some of the scariest things on there was Dick Buckus was one of the football players. Eric Dickinson was one of the football players. Fran Tarkenton was one of the football players.
I missed that.
It was 29, Dickinson, 10.
You mean as far as their numbers are concerned? Okay.
Dan Marino.
I thought you were saying they were actually playing. Like, shit, I ain't seen Dick Buckus' ass in there. And then also, so those chests that were there that they're setting up the sequel with it, all right, that they found the artifacts in, those were the same chests. They fashioned those chests after Temple of Doom with Indiana Jones or whatever. They fashioned the chest the same way too. So
that's all I'm saying.
I give them some credit for it.
I'm glad you're on this show because I didn't remember that. We got Quita's Bedhead in the building. Thank you for tuning in. She said I knew that. New viewer. Thank you.
How we know Quita? Nobody. Quita, how you hear about the show? How'd you hear about the show? Let us know. We always pay attention to new users. All shows on BS3 Network and built for this network. We always pay attention to our viewers, our listeners. We try to connect with them. So
yes, you are important to us.
Yeah.
She said a haunted house is funnier both for adults.
But for adults, man.
But for adults. I don't remember a haunted house either. So
what happened to Roquan Smith?
He got traded to the Ravens
today.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Wasn't he crying because Robert Quinn got traded?
Oh, that's what's up. Go to Quita's comment. That is fantastic.
Wow,
I appreciate
you.
that. Hey, you stumbled onto something, Quita. I promise you have. So make sure you subscribe, follow us on our channel. We got a Roku TV channel. Got a lot of podcasts that I'm sure you'd like, especially if you got enough sense of humor to say Quita's Bedhead. See, that's some high humor that some people may miss. So check us out. We got a lot more content on the network.
Yep, BS3network.com, BS3TVlive.com.
What part of the country you in, Quita?
Yeah, we love that. When something's recommended to you, that means you're going to either look it up or find it, or YouTube recommended it to
and
you.
That's really that's a credit too. She looked up the review for this movie. So I
mean, I think at the end of the day, this is Black cinema, which is what we do on this show. We only review Black cinema, and so I think we definitely got to give it props for that.
CJ dumbass, man, you don't know how old Quita is. You can't be talking to her like that, man.
You going straight to jail?
Yeah, man.
Really? Yeah. You can't do that on Facebook.
Yeah,
you better get live.
About 14.
C.
Man.
Kelly.
You can't be telling us stuff like that.
C. Kelly.
You still laugh about that? Not
no. All right. Well, anyway, the humor aspect of the network you will get, I promise you.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so we kind of talked about what you can see at the bottom right, bottom right. You can see Rob Riggle. Riggle, yeah, he was the perfect guy for this. He was a neighbor. He was the one that had most of the stuff in his lawn, and so that he was perfect for that role.
Yeah.
And then
he got possessed. That was the mayor that got possessed. Not the mayor. Somebody else got possessed. The teacher, the science teacher, the principal. He got possessed.
He's funny
at the end of it, he had to take. Yeah, I forget his name, but him, Rob Riggle, Lauren Lapkus that played the mayor. You know that they were driving the pumpkin car. You'll recognize all of them. They've been in a lot of B movies, and stuff like that. Yeah, they done made a living in Hollywood. Just being kind of idiots.
Rob Riggle's best line in the history of cinema is when he called Jim Felanakis or whatever his name is, when he called him Fat Jesus. Best line in the history of cinema.
Yeah.
Oh,
not you, Fat Jesus.
Zach Galifianakis. Okay,
on Hangover.
You're right. Yeah, that's one of them lines to where if he catch you off guard, you might die from laughing. Yeah. I'm serious. I mean, because it's gonna make you cramp and you're gonna start holding your breath too wrong, and you might die if you.
And when he shot him with the taser, y'all remember that? And he was in Step Brothers too, I think. He was one of the friends of the brother at the Catalina wine mixer. Yeah, right. It's the Catalina wine mixer.
Yeah. And when I was in California recently, they actually have a Catalina ferry that goes over there, and that's all I thought of that.
You was thinking about boats and hoes almost.
Yeah.
Shout out to Wrap It Up. That's a new show with DMV, Jay, Jelani, Bodie, and Jay Fish. So make sure to subscribe. It's produced by Big Mo. Is that what you're about to say?
Indeed.
Yeah. It's a new show on.
It's on YouTube.
Okay.
On YouTube. It's probably going to be on Tiger Park Media. More than likely, it's going to be on Tiger Park Media.
What's up?
I was about to say he working on something, right?
Me and Big Mo we working on something. We're cooking up some marvelous. It's going to be going to take over the world like Ali in '63.
But so they moved there. They got the neighbor. Obviously, it's Regal. But I was one of the 5 notes I had was Scary Movie 101, going into the attic or playing a Ouija board. That. But I think she wasn't scared. So for her, talking about this movie, it didn't bother her to be going through the walls and all that. She wasn't scared.
Yeah.
The dad, obviously, Marlon with that same scream, he doing everything he could do that scream.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. So that's Marlon.
What's the funny thing about this, man? I actually hate Marlon Wayans, but I liked him in this, man. I mean, he's been shown, like Dog said, he was in the Aretha Franklin story. He did a great job as the.
He did a great job in that one.
As the worthless boyfriend. Yeah, as the worthless boyfriend who got her pregnant, was putting the paws on her, and then
you can slide it to me.
Yeah. He been asked me to play his demo for 7 years. I ain't playing nothing. But yeah, man. But lately I've been gaining a lot of respect. Well, okay, let me correct that. In the very beginning, I didn't like Marlon at all. Over the last 3 to 5 years, I've actually been liking Marlon. I've seen, what has made me like him more is I've seen him in interviews and I realize what he's doing. And that's why I like this, because again, Marlon didn't. Anybody over 12, Marlon was not looking at them. He was like, I think Marlon has some small children. He did exactly what Eddie Murphy did with this. He said, you know what? My kids need to I'll tell you in a second, Quita. He said he did what Eddie Murphy did. He said, you know what? He did the reverse of Eddie Murphy. He got put on, did a bunch of crazy stuff, and then had kids, and then went to the stand-up stage, and then started making more movies. I just thought he was a goofball. I don't like physical comedy too much, Quita. That's why I didn't like him. But the better I get to know Marlon, the more I like Marlon. I seen him in some interviews. I heard him talk about, basically, I'm old enough, Quita, to watch Marlon mature into a grown man. I think we the same age, to be honest with you. I'm talking about I'm old enough. I think I'm only like 2 years. Marlon might be Big Illinois age. So
yeah,
I ain't that much older than him, but
50.
He's 50, so I'm 2 years older. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I've watched me and Marlon and grown up together. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I initially looked at him as you Damon and Keenan's brother,
little brother,
and you got a lick, and you just trying to fit in. And as he's gotten older, I've gone, oh man, he's actually he has a comedic mind.
Yeah.
And then now he's doing stand-up. I'm liking him more. So the more I've got to know Marlon, the more I've appreciated Marlon.
Yeah, I hadn't checked him up. I hadn't checked him out in any of his stand-up. But when you said that, it reminds me of Bill Bellamy. Okay, Bill Bellamy. I was not a fan of Bill Bellamy. I didn't think he was very good at stand-up.
Yeah, I don't know why that's on there.
Yeah, I'm like,
no,
she added her low. She added
her thing on mine too. She must have been trying to troll us or something. But Bill Bellamy was like that for me. A-Trap the same way. I was like, I'm not really. I seen him live when his stand-up career started early. He was in the How to Be a Player and all that other kind of stuff. But lately, I've kind of gotten to know him a little bit more. I saw him live again in Indianapolis a few years ago, and he's actually grown on stage. He's gotten better at his craft, et cetera, et cetera. So, I think that's the thing that we can say about us is that we give people an opportunity. Just because I didn't like you before, it doesn't mean that you can't win me back over, It's not a done deal, so to speak. And if you kind of compare acting genes to sports genes, right? Like you got Barry Bonds and his dad. You got King Griffey and his dad. You know what I'm saying? You got these genes, the Manning brothers, et cetera, et cetera. So with the Wayans acting same way, you got the pedigree. And in all fairness, when you come in by yourself with none of that pedigree or none of that history, it's like being able to say, I've been in a major league dugout for 15 years of my life. I'm going to naturally get a little bit better at some of this stuff that some of my peers won't be because they hadn't seen what I seen. Or if I'm on the sideline, Emmitt Smith's son, I was on the sideline for 10 years. I'm going to be better at football than the average guy just because some of the stuff I picked up, if by no other way other than through osmosis, or whatever. Yeah. So
Larry Fitzgerald, his father being a reporter.
There you go.
Yeah. Good. And I'll answer that to say I think it's the Kevin Hart syndrome. Marlon Wayans is goofy. He's been goofy in everything up until probably really the past couple of years. Yeah. So I think when people see Marlon Wayans in it, he's gonna be running back and forth. He's gonna be screaming. He's gonna be. I think you said it good. Properly, I think A-Trap is that physical comedy. He's always moving and doing stuff. So I think he got typecast into that type of role.
He had Rowland in Living Color, right? He did some skits in that. So in that, he was okay. I didn't mind him in that. He was just hitting the scene. He was a little newer. I actually thought he was funnier than Sean. Is that his name? I thought he was way funnier than Sean.
He made.
I thought he was actually the second funniest in the family. I thought he was right behind Damon in terms of funniest. Being funny.
He made Wayans Brothers. If it was Sean and Pops, I mean, it wouldn't have. That show would have made it.
Yeah.
So now wrap it up. Said Marlon's best work was his last scene in Above the Rim, which interesting segue here. He sat down with an interview. Where that picture of Tupac and Biggie standing next to each other? I don't know if y'all seen that picture.
Or something like that. Leaning against them,
Yeah, you pan to the right, and Marlon is sitting right there. in that photo. You can't really see it, but he was doing an interview. He was like, "Yeah, that was me." and he had experiences with both of them. So I think we see Marlon just as this goofy cat, but I agree with A-Trap. You start to see him do more things. You're like, wow, this dude's got some depth, and he's connected to what's going on. He's connected to the culture. So
yeah, because his best friend in the world is old Miles.
Yeah, yep, he said that too. Yeah, I like all movies he made. All is a strong word.
Quita looked like she about 15 on this thing, so she probably do.
She said, "Y'all tripping." He's creative. I give him that. He is.
Oh, come on, wrap it up.
What?
He said Keenan is the funniest in the family. Come on, wrap it up.
Well, putting out stuff, Keenan. Like
yeah, I didn't give him part. I didn't even give him talented, most talented in terms of creativity and all that kind of stuff. But funniness, maybe he's funny in the mind in terms of being able to say, but he's not going to necessarily do it. Yeah, he's not necessarily going to do it. He's
the comedy. He's not the best, but head to pen to screen, none of them can keep up with Keenan.
Yeah, for sure. I give you that.
I agree with that.
But once you get to the screen, nigga, sit down somewhere. We got it.
He played Will's dad in Bel Air. He played Will's dad. That's a joke, right?
Yeah.
You talking about the new Bel Air? Or
yeah. Sure
he's
did.
playing his dad, really?
I never seen Bel Air.
The new one, I believe. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yep, sure did. And that's if you have not seen that, I suggest you do, man. Hey, what they did with Carlton. What they did with Jeffrey, nigga, I walked away wanting to be Jeffrey. They made Jeffrey so cold.
I've heard nothing but good things.
Yeah, they made Jeffrey so cold, man. You know, and in fact, the actor that plays him, there's some sort of connection, man. The actor that's played him, I don't know if he's related to the original Jeffrey, like that may be his son or something like that. There's some sort of connection there. So, and then also the guy who played Uncle Phil. Uncle Phil ain't no fat, judge, campy, goofy. I live in white land judge. Nah, man, this is worth seeing.
So they spend it. They basically
and ain't Viv and Coco Jones as Hillary. Worth the price of admission.
I've never seen one episode.
Oh, worth the price of admission. Hey, I think you want to be black and in love with them. You feel me?
It's on Peacock, right? Is that how you watch it?
Peacock, yeah, Peacock. Okay. So you know how we do. Peacock, Start your free trial.
Bam.
If you don't want it after you get binge,
$2 a month for Peacock now.
Oh, really? How much?
$2.
I don't even be paying attention.
I'm paying for it for The Office, so I'm gonna have it regardless.
Yeah. So get to Harold, get to some of these comments about.
All right, all right. So CJ said, I always felt like Marlon had the most to offer as far as acting, more range, more than any of the.
He's proven that now.
Damon too, though.
He's proven that with his role as Will's dad on, and he did a fantastic job as Will's dad on Bel Air. And it was kind of his same demeanor in the Aretha Franklin story, A-Trap.
Okay.
That's about the demeanor and how he delivers in Bel Air. Those guys are the same. They really are. Yeah. And at one point, he's trying to do the whole, hey, I'm sorry I wasn't there and stuff like that. And then at one point he kind of goes off like, man, fuck y'all. Hell, I was just trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like that, So he takes it somewhere. He takes it somewhere where you don't usually see them depict deadbeat dads on TV. He took it to another area as far as I was concerned. So that's definitely highly
check it out, man.
Yeah,
I meant to check. You know what? If they wouldn't have said that just now, I would have forgot that series existed.
Yeah,
I forgot too.
Yeah.
Quita says, I don't know. I've always liked him. He's stupid funny, but maybe that's my kind of funny. But then again, Marlon and Bill.
Bill who? Cosby?
Bill Bellamy. Bill
Bellamy.
Yeah. Booty call Bill.
He said, bro, Ben, what you on, man? You talking about the photo?
Yeah, if you get a chance to see Bill Bellamy and stand up, go. He's got
seen him.
Better. Yeah, he told his line, man,
yeah.
when he was dating about this chick point, he was doing these dating apps, and he goes, man, I'm just trying to hook up with these honey. He goes, man, I got to hook up with one. She's like, you like cereal? I'm like, hell yeah, I like cereal. I smoke. And he talk about smoking and stuff too. He goes, I smoke and I eat Apple Jacks is my shit. She's like, well, come over here, bring a gallon of milk and some Apple Jacks. He said, shit, we ate a bowl of Apple Jacks, smoked us one together, and then she had me pouring this Apple Jack milk on her ass while we was naked, Oh, it was hilarious, man. He did and he puts young brothers on to open for him. He really throw them some bounce passes, man, in every town he go to. So I thought that was
the one and only.
He got a cool podcast too.
Mayhem Wilkes.
What's up, man?
What's going on?
You got a weird
sound issue, man.
You got a weird sound.
Come back.
Sound acting crazy?
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You sound like you're one of them, what they call them, fifths or sixths in the Star Wars. That's what you sound like.
Underwater a little bit. Quita says, heck no, he's funnier than Kevin Hart now. You could argue with that ain't a lot of saying a reach.
No.
Still
I wasn't ready.
still sound the same.
Well, I go back to sleep.
or go out and come back in and see
reboot.
I hit you up after the get down, Rev. You already know.
Y'all tripping. He's creative.
No, we haven't rated the movie yet, Quita. We haven't rated it yet.
Yeah, that's
I forgot about Damon.
What Big Mo said. That's why I say because Keenan gets slept on for a lot of things he's done. You talking about Low Down Dirty Shame, like he said, Hollywood Shuffle, Raw.
Go ahead.
Keenan is the man. And then the scary movie is Keenan. I mean, is a scary movie or Scream? Yeah, one of them.
It's probably a scary movie, and he put Marlon in.
He put them on. I mean, the dude is a genius.
I'm just not. He's not my funniest guy. Is what I'm saying.
You're just not really the one in the forefront.
Yeah,
I think you sound better with.
He is. I guess the Harvey. That's just a poor choice.
Whoa.
Harvey Weinstein of the family.
Oh my God!
Because he bankrolling the family.
The views expressed by HRIP are not those of BS3 Network.
I mean, Harvey Weinstein is a pervert.
You might as well say he's a Hitler of XYZ, like Kanye.
Weinstein bankrolling favorite movies.
Say that again.
Harvey Weinstein is a pervert, but he bankrolls some of our favorite movies. He executive produced some, and that's what Keenan does. He put Marlon and Sean on. He introduced Eddie tells the story about how Keenan introduced him to Damon, and that's how Damon got in Beverly Hills Cop, because he was like, I want you to meet Eddie Murphy, and he said that he walked up to him and played that gay dude role, and he thought he was just a gay dude, and he scared Eddie, and Eddie put him in Beverly Hills Cop. So Keenan is the force behind it. It's just he the production, he the bankroll.
I get it. I get it. I remember that. He didn't know if it just ain't funny to me. Quita, we worried about your age. Hey, you just heard it mention Harvey Weinstein. We ain't trying to be on that same island.
Harvey Weinstein raping you no matter what age you are.
God, again, the views expressed by HRIP.
This ain't an accusation. He in the joint.
He was locked up. Yeah.
He sell mace with Aura.
Probably.
Catch up on the Cosby.
I'm getting there. Keenan is an excellent writer. We agree. Damon, Sean, Marlon was too corny for me. Kim was more funny than them.
Yeah, I liked Kim. Okay.
I like Kim. Yeah. Damon wasn't really the corny. Sean was. Yeah, you didn't hear that from me.
Kim's birthday was a week
Damon wasn't corny to me. I like Damon.
Yeah, he probably had the most sitcoms out of all of them. Jeffrey is the realest nigga out the show.
Yeah, man, TJ. Yeah, he go hard on that.
That's Jeff.
Pastor Dodd even said that Jeffrey is a G. Yeah, hey, Pastor Dodd.
Oh, what do you rate the movie? So we do that at the end. Yeah, we do that at the end. Yeah. Chris Crispin in the building. Thank you for tuning in. Let's see. Chris said nah. Something we were saying. I don't think nobody is questioning Keenan's creativity and genius. We're just saying he's funny like his brothers.
He meant to say he's not funny like
he's
his
not
brother.
funny like his brother. But Keenan is a very underappreciated writer, producer when it comes to TV shows and movies. His name never gets brought up as much. I agree.
Well, CJ, he'll put a paragraph on there.
Yeah.
See, they doing it.
Kirby
Kirby Alexander in the building. Thank you for tuning in. Wilkes, how you doing?
The mic working? Is the mic working?
Yeah, we got you now, homeboy.
Good.
I don't know what was happening there.
So go ahead, give us your review. You got 3 minutes. Go.
Oh, it was trash.
Okay, see you next week. I figured.
That was trash. I mean, it was...
Now we on the topic of Marlon and the Wayans. What's your level of Marlon in the Wayans family?
Was like, hey,
I don't know. I think he was always kind of one of those. It's like he was a slapstick kind of comedian.
Yes.
It was one of those.
which goes to H-Rap said the physical comedy piece.
Yeah,
right?
he's one of those just slapstick in your face. I mean, even in while drinking your juice in the hood. I mean, one of those.
And even the way he had his hair down.
Yeah, I'm doing. I got you.
Yeah, I don't have an issue with him. I think that's just.
Shit, let's talk. Not so fast. What does sister look like? Shit,
it's Sam. It's a dude in Egypt somewhere. It's a dude in the basement.
Fast. You know what you working with over there? Shit.
They'll be on your show tomorrow. The more popular you get, I get them all the time.
The more they start coming in.
Yeah.
All right. We still talking, Wilkes?
No, we can.
Okay. Wrap it up. Keenan wrote, produced, and directed Five Heartbeats for Robert Townsend, classic black film. Yes. That's the throwback we may need to do too.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And that's why, with Wrap It Up, we are gonna do one of Robert Townsend's old joints, Hollywood Shuffle, as a throwback review. So yeah, Robert Townsend, I think him and Damon are, they I mean not Damon, but Keenan, Spike Lee got a lot of love from our community. And I think Keenan and Robert Townsend deserved the same kind of love, if not more.
Oh yeah.
We got to do Meteor Man too. Y'all ready for that one?
Now we
Didn't we do a movie with just Robert Townsend directed or something? We just did a throwback.
Maybe one, but
I know we did do something he directed. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know we did Spike Lee with the New York family. I can't remember what that one was. But I don't remember doing one with.
It was Crooklyn, I thought.
That wasn't. Was that Townsend? Yeah, that's Spike Lee.
Spike Lee. But we did something with Townsend.
We did something Robert Townsend did, yeah.
Oh, really?
I don't remember what it was.
All right. I guess we'll look it up and see.
Yeah.
All right. Did y'all? Has anybody seen Jumanji, the Robin Williams version?
Yep.
Did y'all get Jumanji vibes from this at all?
Oh yeah.
Alive. It made me think of Robin Williams.
This also
age is what's it? I'm sorry, Will. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
Goonies from Me and Dog.
Oh, absolutely. I can see that. Yeah. I was thinking.
Did we review Eddie Murphy Raw already?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That was what he produced.
Yeah.
That was it. Yeah.
Maybe that was the one. Then that was the one.
That was it. Yeah.
These movies, this particular movie for me, it falls in lines with like Deck the Halls. It could have easily been a Owen Wilson movie. It could have been if they wanted to, if he wanted the role, it could have been a Cat Williams, but the rating might be a little different.
Oh, that could be a lot different.
Yeah. We go up and down, left and right on this, Quita.
Yeah,
thank you. I was like, get back to the movie.
ABC family type movie.
Who said get back to the movie?
Quita said, thank you. I was like, they gotta get back to the movie.
Now that's how we do, Quita. We just be talking about stuff.
Cooley High.
Cooley High.
He had something to do with that.
Oh, he had his hand.
Robert Townsend was in Cooley High.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay.
He had the same amount of time in Cooley High as.
It was real quick.
Yeah.
Wasn't he the extra at the corner store? I thought he was in the background.
He was in the gym. He ran up to Coach Cheese. I got my man, Coach Cheese.
That's
right. That was it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I got Goosebumps.
Yeah. Those shows, those movie Goosebumps, Deck the Halls. Oh gosh, the one with Eddie Murphy that he played in. I mean, it's in that house of those.
Night in the Museum.
Yeah, Night at the Museum. That kind of style. You know.
Yeah. Yep. I agree with that. Do y'all watch Atlanta? I watched the first.
Not watched
last definitely, and it is.
I haven't gone back to it though.
Amazing.
I got to finish the last season.
Donald Glover.
Hey, look at her.
Need to put some respect on his name.
Donald Glover. You may know him as
whatever.
What's his rap name? Childish Gambino.
Gambino, yeah.
Hey,
the guy from Comedian.
And that's got our girl Zazie Beetz in there too.
Yeah.
And
the fact
she the beauty made every week for me.
He made that song Redbone because people said he couldn't make hits.
Yeah.
They were like, you're not that, and you can't even tell it's him till you look it up. He went to like singing lessons and everything.
Well, see, I'm gonna tell you like this, homeboy. Go look YouTube his Tiny Desk concert. I think that's what the deal is. It's a YouTube of it where he does Tamaya's So Into You.
Really? Wow.
This dude, man, Childish Gambino, man, Donald Glover is a talent, man.
He's a triple threat.
Yeah. He owe me $20.
Acting.
You say what? He owe you
$20.
$12.
I believe it.
All right, so I think it's about that time. You want to
see? I told y'all. Wait a minute. Did we get these comments? I told y'all Quita was 14 or 15. Talking about I got goosebump ideas from it, like the goosebump movies and books. And I don't know what she said no to. She got to be 15. Talking about that's an old picture. Okay, 17. But we love you at any rate, Quita.
At any rate. All right.
Yeah, you got a name that's kind of old, like you were born in 1990 somewhere. If they were naming their kids Quita back then, Quita. So you might.
Yeah. You said I'm 27.
I love it. Hey, either way for me, Quita, 18 to 80, dope, crippling, crazy shit. I am.
Said I'm telling my husband about that.
I'm sorry. Hey, don't come for me, bro. Don't come for me, bro.
Tell him why you mad, son. Tell him why you mad. All right, it's about that time in the show where we get to the.
Oh, wait a minute. Before we get to go ahead. My fault. Go ahead.
No, you good. You good.
I messed your stuff up.
Where is it at?
Wow, shit.
I lost the video. Did I delete the video?
I'm trying to take the blame.
No. Nope, there it is.
You ain't no
beauty of the week. And it's on you.
We're gonna have to take this beat for some other show.
I know, man. We don't use that beat enough.
Week, man. I'm gonna have to use that on something else. All right. So the beauty of the week. It's really an easy decision, right? You know, who you gonna go with? The ugly mayor driving the pumpkin car? Nah, she not gonna make it. The Ferguson chick, Priah Ferguson, she underage, she's 16, so that'll get you 16 to get you 10 to 20. So we're not going with her. We are going with somebody who I've always loved, not during Destiny's Child, but the day after. Kelly Rowland. If that ain't girl next door wife material, I don't know what is. And she not only girl next door, but she can turn into a freak on you too. Just like that.
True.
Just like that. Then she can turn back into the girl next door. Hey, how y'all doing? We all right? We just going to the brunch or something like that. We probably gonna go out to church. And then she turned right back into a freak on you. It don't matter. That's the kind you want. What she say? A cook in the kitchen, a lady in the street. You can't show your teeth to every guy you meet. It's all right to be a little sweet, but be a cook in the kitchen. You know what in the sheets? You know, Blue Streak Freak. What I'm trying to say, I ain't getting it all right. But that's all. Kelly Rowland.
I agree.
Yeah, if you
I
want to
agree.
leave, old boy, shit, I got a 4-bedroom and 40 here. Come on.
And she had about 4.5 lines in this movie.
Yeah,
too.
come
Yeah, she
on.
didn't have
Yeah,
a lot
he
of
ain't,
lines.
he ain't treating you right, only giving you them many lines. I give you your own show on BS3 Network. Yeah, fuck that nigga.
Prime time too. You can either drive home
Drive
at midday.
time, yeah.
Man, prime time slap.
Yeah.
I'll get rid of one of the queens for you. Come on.
She said, "Where y'all from? Georgia, Florida."
Now we in 3 of us in Texas and 1 of us in Chicago.
Shot-town. That's in.
Yeah, Quita.
Kelly was always.
Where you at? What part of the country y'all from, Quita?
Sleeted one.
Quita probably from Chicago.
Where y'all look 17 and actually 27. Where that's at? Where they do that?
Well, we look 11 and be 4.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And speaking of Chicago, man, Chicago at the stadium this week, it was at least 45 to 50% Chicago fans in the stadiums this week. Now they got their ass kicked, but they was there.
Beat down.
So my partner, my brother-in-law, he went with me. He was a Chicago Bears fan. And Ben said, how did he become a Chicago Bears fan? I'm like, well, his family from Illinois. So they were talking about, man, the Bears fans travel well. I'm like, they ain't travel. These motherfuckers live here.
They local.
No,
they
man.
live here.
No, Doc. It was a bunch of them. Hey, dude, it was a bunch of groups from Chicago that went down there. My football coach was down there. So it's a bunch of people left the crib and went down there. I mean, they was mobbing up. Like ask Joe. It's a thing in September called the Houston Takeover.
Mm-hmm. The Chicago go.
Hey, these jokers went down there doing COVID.
Wow.
I'm talking about in 2020. Wow. I don't mean 2021. Yeah. They went down there in 2020. I was like, y'all about to die.
Serious about it, yeah. I don't know what Kirby trying to say. He goes, Keely was out. Oh, Kelly. Kelly. I messed up on the Keely part. He's trying to say Kelly was always slept on. Okay.
She was. You know how groups are. You know, the lead singer gonna be the one.
Come on, man.
Come on, Pastor Don. Don't do that, man. Don't do that, like that. You can do that, man. Hey, clear Pastor Don love offer. Take that off the books this week. You're not getting you just lost your love offer for the week. Okay, she goes, her husband's from Texas, but she's from DC. Okay.
All
She
right.
still ain't told us where she at. She's trying to keep that secret so we can't check and see if she got no warrants out. That's probably why she ain't telling us that. Black don't crack. That's why I look 17. Hey, I know. I know.
That's why Cicely Tyson played the 70-year-old in 50 different movies. And she was 99. Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah, she was 2-3 days older in baseball.
And just real quick on the movie before we go to our ratings, the soundtrack.
Oh, it's got a soundtrack.
They had some, Oh, you didn't hear the Houdini in that?
What?
The Houdini was banging.
I actually heard that.
Yeah, they had Casey and the Sunshine Band in it. And they had Ray Charles in it. You know, they played that Ray Charles cut a couple of times.
Yeah. They had to play extra
AC/DC in there.
Oh,
too.
Yeah, they did. Highway to Hell.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And they had to pay. They had to pay big stacks for that. Ray
Charles.
Charles.
Yeah, they paid some money
twice.
Well, they really didn't necessarily play. They had them singing it.
Yeah, you're right. No, I thought they did.
That's my dog right there.
No, they had the Ray Charles. It was at first I thought it was a Jamie.
No. The first when they were driving from Brooklyn, into that Brook Hollow place or whatever, Bridge Hollow. Hold on.
See, that's my type of.
At the end, the daughter was singing it with him. They didn't play it again. They just sang it the second time.
Hey, my type of listener. I don't listen to the soundtrack.
Well, sometimes you can't help it. You know, a good soundtrack gonna make you listen to it. You know. So, yeah.
Doc always.
I don't. And I'm talking about. I catch it in the movies. I don't necessarily go listen to it outside of it.
I think he just means
while
the
movie is
music
playing.
that's in the movie.
The songs in the movie.
I don't know how you can't, because it sets the scene for
especially a good one. There you go, Wilkes. Especially a good, well done soundtrack will actually play to the scene in a lot of places.
Now, the best soundtrack as far as movies we reviewed is The Harder They Fall. It has a true, real soundtrack with.
Right. Oh yeah.
As
a matter of fact, speaking of that, speaking to Wilkes' point, right? So us four here, we are some Robert Townsend wannabes. We are some Keenan Ivory Wayans wannabes, and I'm not ashamed to say that, right? So we talk a lot of times about doing projects and screenplays or scripts or whatever the case may be. Oftentimes when I'm listening to music on my own, I actually see a scene in a movie that song would go with.
Right.
I envision it. I'll be like, man, that'll be a cool scene to where, how those movies open and the guy getting ready, he brushing his teeth, he shaving, he brushing his hair, all that stuff. Or, that would be a good scene where the guy driving in this fly ride heading to work that morning or whatever, So some songs actually make me think of what scene they would be good in. So I think soundtrack is ultra important in the movie.
Yeah. And to that comment, hey,
I love it.
Hey, it's The Rock, though.
But The Rock is black, so we could actually do that,
Yeah. But it's
you want to tell her? Who wants to tell her why we only do black movies? I'll defer to either BNA, Trap, one of y'all. No. Ben, you're pointing the wrong way, but go ahead.
No, I'm pointing right at Ben on my screen.
Not on my screen.
Because that's what we represent.
That wasn't a good answer. Hey, Trap, can you give a better answer?
Well, we do black cinema because a lot of our movies are overlooked, and we want to bring attention to the movies that are from our community and the movies that we do. Because in a lot of cases, as we continue to grow as a show and you guys' network, as well as my network grows, we want to bring attention to us instead of always bringing attention to somebody else.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Good answer. And Wilt, you want to put some thug on the shit?
We don't want to see a lot of light-skinned people.
He's still trying to be nice, though. He's still trying to be nice because he's not 100% sure. He like Quita, she knew, she looked 14, but she really 27. Yeah. We don't know if her husband worked for the FBI. She came from Washington, D.C. Like in the motherfucking CIA. So let me just say light-skinned.
Like we heard a long time ago, we just don't review white people in these movies. We don't take well to the crackers, but that's okay.
Wow. It really literally just has to be at least one black actor or actress, which they are both called actors now, with a major role. We don't care. Like what's the movie we did with was it Denzel? With the white guy in it, the detective movie.
Yeah, now that movie, that movie.
Remember that crazy movie, whatever? Was that Denzel?
It's Denzel. That was the
right. Jared Leto, or somebody like that.
Yeah, that's what
Jared Leto and the other guy was in there.
They put the whole Hollywood in one horrible movie.
Yeah, so
everybody.
You can have a major actor in it, but in the same thing with. Did we ever do Tenet with John David Washington?
We did.
No, we did a John David Washington.
We did that other movie where he was on the run.
Beckett,
oh my God!
So we don't mind having another lead white actor or actress or Hispanic or Latino or whatever, right? But we got to have at least one major black actor or actress in it,
Did y'all know?
That's Big Mo on the next comment.
Oh yeah.
Make a suggestion. We take suggestions. Dozens of our
See, Westworld. Hey, wrap it up. I'm with you, homeboy. I'm a big fan of Westworld. I'm talking about so much so that when it's the last episode of a season, I am literally sad, and I gotta go smoke me one, right? Because I ain't gonna have Westworld for about a year.
I'm 3 seasons behind on that show.
Yeah, hey, you got it, man. If y'all are sci-fi fans, if you're an Anthony Hopkins fan, or if you're a what's the cat name that was in OG?
Jeffrey
Wright fan. If you're a fan of any of those cats, right? Sci-fi, Anthony Hopkins, or Jeffrey Wright, you got to take in Westworld. Now, it's not something we will review. Wrap it up. It's not something we will review because it's a 4 seasons,
Series,
right? It's
yeah,
like one of those kind of shows. We typically do documentaries or films, no more than 4 or
We
5
might have
parts.
to do a spin-off show for TV shows because we get a lot of requests for
maybe.
TV shows.
The two on the right is the crazy uncles. I ain't old enough to be an uncle.
She said, "Y'all crazy like crazy." Hey, trust me, Quita, I am the crazy uncle in my family. For my sisters,
You said,
I'm
got
a
it.
crazy relative.
Yeah.
No matter what age.
Tessa
Oh yeah,
Thompson
that's right.
and
Wrap it
Thaddeus
up. I
Newton.
forget about Thandie Newton. Oh, you want to? Hey, forget Killed It. Thandie Newton is just.
She's pretty much the show. She's a show. She took it over in season 1.
She gets naked.
Fucking naked.
Fucking naked.
Hold on, let me see this shit again. And she gets naked on the show.
I ain't saying like you hoarse.
I rewind that part a couple of times.
On a side note, did y'all know Denzel was 67?
Nah,
Yeah,
man.
I knew that.
I've never heard his age,
I
honestly,
did
because
not know
nobody
that.
ever talks about
I know he was older than me.
Yeah, no, I
And
didn't
he
know that.
so
Doesn't surprise
Equalizer
me. Hell,
3.
Marlon Wayans is 51 or 50.
Yeah.
Hell, that makes sense.
Equalizer
Yeah,
3
I mean-
coming out next year. Creed 3 coming out next year.
Yeah.
The one thing I
can't
hope,
wait for it.
the one thing I hope about Equalizer 3 is that they put Queen Latifah in it and he just stiff arm her one.
No, I don't want her nowhere
No,
around.
no,
Man.
man.
I don't want her ass nowhere around.
You can't have no parallel universes, man. 2 equalizers in one place. Nah, we can't.
Yeah, that
Anyway, hey, we be on that one for an hour and a half. I ain't
Yeah, we can't be on that
All right, so
People beat up.
let's get to the final thoughts, rating, and such. We're gonna go to A-Trap first.
Well, I gave it you know what? It's going to be shocking, but I gave it a 4-star simply because it is not for us. It's for the young people. It is a kids movie. We may have made a mistake reviewing this due to being a children's movie, but I think he did an excellent job attracting children. It was funny for kids. It had kid humor. It had little academics in it where he was telling you about how to make bug repellent and stuff like that. It was
science
just
facts in there.
it had some science
agree with
facts, and then I think he did a great job showing people that just because you are this don't mean that you can't be something else. It was showing black academics. It was showing black versatility, and he also, like, one of the things I really enjoy is, like, he made his daughter do all this extra stuff that she didn't want to do, and all of that stuff showed up throughout the movie. So I think I would give it a 4-star, just on a kid's 4-star, not an adult's 4-star.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, Doc.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a kids and an adults 2.5 stars. But understand this though. That's up from a 1. Okay, so remember,
it was a 1 at first.
Remember, we talk a lot about how once we start chopping it up a little bit, sometimes it'll make our ratings go up and or down. Yeah, I was at a 1. So I'm up to 2.5 because of that aspect. Because I'm like, okay, it's got some little nuggets in it, and for that demo audience and stuff like that. So I'm up to a 2.5 stars. Now, it's interesting to note that IMDb had it at 5.6 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 46%, which by their standards isn't very good. However, Google users 90% liked it. So again, I if you got kids, I think I would recommend it as a watch. But if you're an adult, don't waste your time. But if you got kids,
I wasn't saying that the kids gonna take it, but you put that little bug repellent thing in there for us. Just like when you watch Shrek, and remember they came up to the castle. The castle was real big and elongated. And he was like, "Is he compensating for something?" We got that. The kids don't.
So you got to show the people why what he's responding to. Quita's a little feisty. See, now that we know you're an adult, Quita, we get feisty back. So, so we like it too. We like a little feisty. Kids ain't taking that away from it. Hey. Shit, adults ain't
they gotta look past all of that.
True.
Not yet. He has not yet. I already know. All right, go ahead. Will. The expiring minds want to know.
Yeah, I'll give it a 1 because it was a 0. I wasn't gonna mic it.
Shit.
I wasn't gonna mic it at all. And I was just like,
Yeah. Hey, he was doing the tap on the motherfucker.
yeah. I'll give it a 1, but like I said, this could have easily been it could have been a Kevin Hart, could have been a Cat Williams if the rating changed. I mean, I think anybody may have taken the role. I mean, it would have. Hell, it would have been. What's the girl from SNL, the black chick? Oh gosh, I can't think of her name.
Les.
Yeah, it could have been
Leslie.
Yeah.
Leslie Jones?
Yeah, it could have been a Leslie Jones.
Nah, she couldn't have did this.
Because she would have.
If she'd have been the man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she'd have been the man, bro.
No, it's just one of those. Yeah. It's an ABC family movie. I'll give them that. So that's
it's the ABC family movie.
Wow, Theodora she don't come in hot like this a lot,
wow.
dude. She saying
what I tell you? Sorry.
Oh, hold on. You can't say that True Story was boring.
Oh, it wouldn't have,
maybe you
been
talking
great
about
with
the
him
one
in it
we
either. I'm just saying.
She may not be talking about True Story.
She might be talking about the man from Toronto, and what was the one with?
The man from Toronto wasn't there. I'll give you that.
What was the guy? Oh gosh,
that was double bag of doo doo.
But did you see Quita? Did you see True Story though with him and Wesley Snipes? That wasn't boring at all.
You probably Quita. You probably talking about that one and the one we did where his wife died or something. He was a dad.
No, what was the one where he just did it with one of the Wahlbergs?
Yeah.
Wahlberg.
Marky
he was
Bunch.
talking to that mountain lion.
You should watch True Story, Quita. That'll give you a little different spin on Kevin Hart.
Yeah,
I'm not a Kevin Hart fan at all. Yeah. But that movie, I rated highly.
I was surprised.
And Wesley Snipes' performance in that movie, I thought it was exceptional. So yeah, go watch that one.
He said he had to talk Wesley into that.
Really?
He said Wesley Snipes told him, "Man, I don't want to do this," and he talked him into it.
I'm glad he did.
You had something else to do, nigga? You got 15 roles lined up. Hey, I'm glad he did it though, because he was.
Hey man,
he was perfect.
Wesley Snipes, it's the first black superhero action star. He don't get enough credit for that.
Yeah.
Blade.
He revived Marvel. Marvel was actually
they bacon.
You know what? Has the Blade with Mahershala Ali come out yet?
Not yet.
I heard it was put on hold.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah, I don't know how true that is. I'd have to look it up, but I don't know.
I hope they do a cameo with Wesley Snipes in there.
They got to, man.
Oh, yeah, they have to. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. It's probably why it's on hold. They got to work that contract.
Maybe he whistling.
Yeah.
They said Blade star Mahershala Ali is reportedly very frustrated with the production on the movie. It says 2024, so why is he Marvel got a lot of stuff.
What's he frustrated about? He can't be frustrated because he's not the real Blade. What is he frustrated about?
Give it.
You wanted to get
Big Illinois just said
Mahershala Ali. Now you can't. Is that who said that? Mahershala Ali say he's frustrated?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Now, Will, you got
Big Illinois just said it.
Hey! You ain't the real Blade. You ain't paying the way.
Director quit. Okay. He ain't like the script.
Well, shit, me and Wills could direct this. It's Blade. You don't need no, come on.
I heard it's on hold because due to contract negotiations, they're trying to see how they're going to fit.
Come on, Marvel now. Work it out.
They can do Avengers over and over and over again.
They almost come to
Blade. Work it out. Work it out.
Shit.
All right, I'm gonna give it a 3. It was average at all.
That's good.
It was average.
I mean, 3 is a good rating.
Yeah. If I didn't have my phone, I would have fell asleep.
But I'm thinking you punking out to give it a 3 because your ass said I watched the movie.
Got an echo.
I was listening. It didn't deserve my eyes. When you say something didn't deserve your eyes, you don't give it no damn 3.
I could have turned it off and just said I didn't watch it at all. So
but that's a 3. Come on now, really?
He's right against them.
What
Let's
you
just
mean,
enjoy
Quita? Let's
Black Panther.
enjoy Black Panther. Just in other words, don't worry about Blade
Don't
right
worry
now.
about Blade.
Don't worry about Blade right now. See,
Don't you
that
think
DC
Wesley did
Chicago
Blade good
connection
enough?
is real.
I think Wesley did Blade good enough. Doesn't need a remake.
They did 3 of them.
Yeah, he
So
did 3 of them.
I would say yes, but in today's time, everything is a remake.
And they know it's a guaranteed money. See, but Blade is a cult classic. You know, you got a cult following of folks with Blade. You know, so now they're gonna do it.
All right. So
just like before we go there, just like the Underworld, you on that, ain't you, Wilkes?
Oh yes,
Underworld with that chick, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So there's 3 of those out, maybe 4, huh?
I think 4 at least. Kate Beckinsale did a lot of those movies. Those movies were pretty good.
Yeah.
Talking about Resident Evil.
No,
Underworld.
Underworld.
Yeah, it's called Underworld.
It's about vampires and
Kate Beckinsale
and werewolves.
I never watched it.
Yeah, I didn't watch that either.
Yeah, I don't know what y'all is.
No,
right.
It's so many blood
y'all some hoity-toity motherfuckers.
All right, coming up.
You know what, Quita? You right there with A-Trap. He said some of the same things. I'm sick of damn remakes. Make something new, you know. This is what we said. I get it. I respect that. I respect it, but understand this. This is what I'm thinking. Like, for instance, when Joker came out, right? In essence, this is a remake of another story that's already been told, right? But we get another artist's interpretation on it. I think it's interesting. And the Joker was a good movie, and it was one like we hadn't seen before, right? Same thing. There's a show on Netflix, I believe, called Pennyworth. It may be HBO Max, but I think it's Netflix. And what they're doing is it's Batman's butler, right? They're telling his origin story. Yeah. So I think sometimes remakes and taking different twists on stuff. Huh?
Not just Batman.
It's Batman.
Not just Batman's butler.
Oh, Alfred.
His butler.
It's A-Trap.
Let's see. And Joker, man, that was greatness.
What's that actor's name? It's slipping my mind, but he did a fantastic job.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
I don't think Blade will be a theatrical release. They got to release that. He said it might be a Disney Plus, like Silver Surfer. I'm waiting on that one.
No, man, not with Mahershala Ali in it, man. No, that's gonna be big. That's gonna be box office.
When they get it together, it's gonna be right.
Yeah.
He understands he's got big shoes to fill. So as a
matter of fact, so my trip to Hollywood recently, and I did the Paramount Pictures tour. I never knew where the term blockbuster came from, but they said the reason why they call them blockbusters because it literally did that at the theater. It busted the block. You know, the line was around. That's why they call them blockbusters. You know, and that back in those days, the studios actually had theaters on the studios lots. You know, so people would come there. So it's their lot that it busted. And the first blockbuster ever was The Godfather, which was filmed at Paramount. And they said it was lines wrapped around, the studios and whatnot.
Well, Quita, this is my specialty, and this is how you do it. You use your email and get the free trial. Now, when that runs out, use your husband's email. And then when that runs out, you create a new email, Quita. That's how you run the game.
Or switch over to AT&T and get it for free.
Yeah,
that's probably for a limited time.
Nobody's paying for cable anymore, so don't do that. But Quita, you got to remember the PCs listening, leaving out. You got to remember to cancel your trials. If you don't, you're gonna have
like Columbia House.
You follow me? You gotta cancel your trial.
You'll be paying $100 for 3 CDs.
Send that notification
but in that week free trial that you got, 30 days or whatever it is, you can't watch no other shit now. You got to stay on that app and watch everything they got.
Stay focused.
Don't drift
See,
off.
Look at that. See what I did in my free trial already. Well, he didn't give you the answer. Use your husband's email. Create a new one.
Use a different email.
You didn't use queetasbedhead@gmail.com. Yeah, hell, use that.
Queetasbedhead1, Queetasbedhead2.
Queetasbedhead at Outlook, Queetasbedhead at Yahoo, Queetasbedhead at Live. Shit, there's so many you can create just off that.
Yeah. We the headbed at iCloud.com.
Headband.
He said that was pretty good. I don't know.
You gotta switch it up. You gotta switch it up. They can't trace you.
That's the.
Appreciate you, Charlotte. Thank you for tuning in.
Appreciate you.
You gonna get some laughs. You get some laughs.
Yeah,
Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you. The real first time viewer. Appreciate you tonight. All right. So coming up next week, a Jasmine's Blues, which I've been hearing a lot of mixed reviews on this one.
And this is not Jasmine Sullivan. Unfortunately,
is this a Tyler Perry?
That shit.
It is a Tyler Perry, but he's not in it. The movies that he's normally not in.
Just give it a chance, Wilkes. I'm with you on the Tyler Perry shit, but just let's give it a chance, man.
I've been hearing some mixed.
You know what? I am gonna give it. I'm gonna give it a chance because as a guy that enjoys jazz music, whether it's the golden age, contemporary, classic, I'll watch it.
I just like the drugs that the jazz musicians used to do. That's what I'm a fan of.
That would be heroin and PCP.
Exactly. I know. That's why I'm a fan of them. I didn't say I used them. I'm just a fan,
He just said, "Mayhem, almost missed you." I'm scared because
you didn't spell mayhem right, but I know you went to school.
Tyler Perry did it. It's questionable.
See?
No, Quita, you gotta watch it and come back next week and tell us what you thought about it.
She understands what I'm saying.
Okay. Yeah. Pastor Dodd, we'll go with your word.
Well, Quita, do you have a Netflix subscription or is it on? You don't use your trial on that shit too?
Problem.
All right, let's get out of here, man.
Let's get out of here.
Fooling with you people.
What's coming up tomorrow on Queen, Theory, and King?
Cap or no cap? We got special guests Jamie Johnson and Damian Johnson of the Marriage is Real Fourcast, who are fantastic people. So they'll be on tomorrow with us, and we'll be talking about cap or no cap. And it's going to be heavily relationship centered, like what guys have to do. For instance, women have to look good, fly to get chosen. Men can just have that bank. Cap or no cap. We're going to talk about all that kind of shit tomorrow. So it ought to be a film. All
right. That's at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time right here on BS3 Network and Queen, Theory, and King and BS3 TV. All right, what's coming up tomorrow on End of the Bench?
I don't have a clue.
That's going to be the best shows.
That all depends, don't it? That all depends if I make an anonymous phone call today. You hear me, A-Trap? That all depends. Shit, he got to check with me before he run for president.
I might not be able to be governor. But
gotta be student council.
But I do got I got one thing. Experience. I'm talk about experience, exposure, and environment. And what I mean by that is we've been upset at people for saying what they say. At the end of the day, all skin folk ain't kinfolk. Some people say things and we get upset because when we look at people, we see experience. We want to see experience, exposure, and environment. And when you assume that everybody has that, you attack. Hey, man, we got the same experience. We come from the same environment. We got the same exposure. So you should think like me. And I'm going to talk about how we need to stop condemning people because they see the world different from us.
Yeah. It wouldn't be this country if we all thought the same.
Oh, you know what it is? One more thing. My man James Shabazz is going to come on tomorrow, and he's talking about this employment thing that's going on tomorrow. Well, it's a hospitality boom. There's a lot of people not in the hospitality world. And it's this conference that they're paying for people. They're even paying for you to get there and or parking if you drive, and they'll train you. So I got James Shabazz coming on. Excuse me. I have James Shabazz coming on tomorrow. But outside of that, that's a whole 15 minutes, and I got 45 more minutes to go.
What Queen are talking about? She needs some marriage counseling on there.
She said not the same household.
Well, see, that was after this comment.
I used my
husband's. Not the same household, though. Okay. Well, if you need to talk to somebody,
hey, marriage is real. They got you.
We got a show for you.
Back in the BS3 tomorrow.
All right. Well, we appreciate you guys for tuning in. You know what we got coming up next week. I'll post it again. We got shows pretty much scheduled for really the next 2 months, just about. And we got a throwback we could throw in there too. We got a Willie Mays documentary.
Willie Mays Hayes or the other Willie Mays?
The real Willie Mays. The real one. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Have a great night. Thank you for all of the comments. He said, because he said the same environment, different outlook. I must be talking about something else.
No. The Chicago DC connection. We share a lot of slang. Like, right. If I said, man, you know what I mean, Joe or Charlie, she would catch that. Y'all wouldn't.
Because they call everybody Joe or Charlie.
But I'm just saying,
there we are.
DC cats, Ben know how the yard was down in the A.
Yeah. I got
DC cats and Chicago cats used to connect. Yeah. And there was a crew down there called BCBs, Big City Boys.
Oh, trust me, my cousin in DC. That's crazy.
All right, y'all. Well, have a good night. We will see you guys next
What was that
week. And
I'll see you when I see you.
We out of here. Possibly. There we go. Peace.
BS3 Network. Changing the way you watch TV.